What is up, Bearder Bros? Bearder Maniac here, Saturday, November 10th. We're finally into the double digits of November with some interesting results as of late, especially with the Kings at 7 and 5. But we'll get into that in a minute. We have the Knicks at the Raptors. Raptors defense and offense are just going to be too overwhelming for the Knicks, I believe. If Porzingis was playing, I would say they'd be more of a chance. They'd have more of a chance to win it. Toronto's favored by 13.5. Although I believe the Knicks have the potential to keep it closer than that, I do think the Raptors will end up covering the spread. And you have the Bucks at the Clippers. Bucks favored by 3 in this one. I think they'll win this one on the road easily. I think it'll actually be like a 6-point game. Now, mind you, these are the current spreads as of 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. These do change throughout the day, so I do apologize if by the time you watch this, they are not accurate. But I believe Giannis is going to have a 35 and 10 game, so it should be good. And you have the Suns, Pelicans. Pelicans favored by 10, by the spread, of course. And then I'll take them to win and cover. I think the Suns don't have any answer for Anthony Davis. I think it's pure and simple as that. Hopefully he's 100%. Hopefully he plays dominant, controls the boards. Mirotic is also playing solid, but he needs to play better if they want to keep winning. They're only 5 and 6. They need to start improving their record soon, or they could be climbing themselves out of the West, which is never an easy thing to do. And you have the Wizards at the Heat. Heat favored by 1.5. Picking the Wizards is tough. The Wizards look like dog shit, like absolute dog shit. Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, and John Wall. That combination right there should be at least a 4 or 5 win team. Well, the fact that they only won 2 games tells me that there is something wrong with them beyond just physical capabilities. But it's a tough call. They're only winning the last 5 games came against the Knicks, but they're facing a Miami team who hasn't had much more success than them. It's going to be interesting. I believe overall, though, it's going to be Miami defense that wins them the game. I think Miami will cover. It's a 1.5 point spread. I think it'll be a 2-3 point game. Should be very interesting, though. And then you have the Cavs at the Bulls. Bulls favored by 5. I think the Bulls win and cover. I believe it was George Hill that's out for a couple weeks. Kevin Love's still out. They're losing people left and right, and they're losing games left and right. They are the first team to 10 losses this season, which is incredible when you consider how bad the Wizards and Suns have been. Bulls get their 4th win, so good for them. And you have the 76ers at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies favored by 2 in this one. Now, this one actually screams interesting to me, because I believe defensively the Grizzlies are one of the few teams that match up really well against the 76ers. Now, whether that proves fruitful or not, who knows. Point differential favors the Grizzlies. Field goal percentage favors the Grizzlies. Rebounds hugely favor the 76ers. So do the assist and blocks. Both teams are 6 and 4 in the last 10 games. And I think it might come down to the fact that the 76ers are playing a back-to-back and the Grizzlies have had a few days off. But I'm still going to pick the 76ers in what could be labeled an upset. I mean, in Memphis, the Grizzlies should be favored, but I'm picking the 76ers. Even though it's a back-to-back, I think Embiid will still have a good game. I think Simmons will still have a good game. And they do have decent depth that should be able to get them through this game as well. I think it's the youth that gives them the advantage. Then you have the Rockets at the Spurs. Rockets favored by 2 in this one. NBA TV, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Rockets favored by 2 here. Now, this one's very interesting indeed. I'm picking the Spurs at home against the spread, I guess you could say. Now, why am I picking the Spurs at home when the Rockets look to be rebounding and Harden looks to be getting healthy? I just believe Popovich knows how to get it done. They struggled in their last game, and I think they bounced back. Now, am I going to be wrong? Most likely, because I'm usually never 100% correct. And you have the Nets Warriors. This matchup is made more interesting for the fact that Steph Curry is not going to play in this one, which makes me remember I need to set my fantasy lineup, because I have Steph Curry. Steph Curry, I mean, the Golden State Warriors are favored by 6.5. I think they still win and cover. They got good depth. They still got Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Hell, in fact, you could play Draymond Green at the point guard position because he's good with the ball. Or he's good passing. Or a good facilitator if you want to wear it that way. Should be a good game. If the Nets are going to beat the Warriors, now's their chance because they don't have any Curry. And then you have the Thunder at the Mavericks. Thunder favored by 1.5. I think they win. I think they cover. I think this is actually going to be a closer game than most would think. And yes, the spread's only 1.5, which doesn't indicate that it will be a faraway game. But I think that the Mavs are serious upset contenders here because they have a very solid young team, and they're kind of getting their shoes on, and it's going to be an interesting down the stretch. Then you have the Lakers at the Kings. Lakers favored by 5.5 in this one. Kings at 7-5, Lakers at 5-6. If the Kings win this one, that puts them 2.5 games ahead of the Lakers, which could be big later on, especially if the Kings get hot, because it's just going to create more room in between. Lakers need this game to get back up to 500. It's going to be very interesting, but I don't think the Kings have what it takes to stop LeBron. I think the Lakers win. I think LeBron goes off. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.